It's not your turn now. With documents. Sanju Verma, they asked farmers to produce documents. 15 days is the time given to these farmers, 15 days. And some of them have documents from 1960s. RTC revenue documents dating back to 60s and 70s showing their right over the land. I would expect my government, my minister, to fight for the farmer. 15,000 acres. And Congress Minister Zamir Ahmed there is saying, Sanju, I have a soundbite. He's saying, I don't care. So what if it's the farmer? If it's Waqf land, give it to Waqf right now. That's the attitude of a minister on record in Karnataka today.
You know, Niranjan, we are having a very sane and sensible debate. And if you would notice, I have not interrupted any of the panelists even once. And I expect the same decency and courtesy to be extended to me. Because I'm going to lay bare some hard facts which are very, very difficult to digest for the other side. You know, Abdul Razak said he can give 68,000 examples of how land has been encroached by Hindus, by civilians, blah, blah, blah. My simple request to him is forget 68,000 cases. If you can give me even 68 examples, I will agree that you really have some logic to your silly arguments which you start spewing every day on national TV. But the moot point is this.
I never used the word Hindu.
You will get your time to speak now, please keep quiet. The Waqf loosely came into existence, Niranjan, way back in 1923. Now, I did some research. In 1923, there were only 3,000. How many? Just 3,000 Waqf properties. Then the Waqf Act was amended in 1934, 1954, 1995, 2013, so on and so forth. Now look at this surprising thing, surprising and shocking both. From about 3,000 properties in 1923, today as you and me speak, Niranjan,
yes,
the Waqf has, hear this very carefully, the Waqf has 8.7 lakh properties registered under its name. These 8.7 lakh properties are worth more than 1.2 lakh crore, and these 8.7 lakh properties totally amount to more than 9.4 lakh acres. We are talking about 9.4 lakh acres which has been grabbed by the Waqf. So the first point is that if there was no land grabbing, how did 3,000 properties become 8.7 lakh properties? But beyond statistics and numbers, Niranjan, I just want to say one thing. You know, Zamir Ahmed Khan is the Minority Affairs Minister. I don't expect much from him, and I don't want to sound like a fundamentalist bigot saying that his surname speaks volumes about what is expected of him. But look at M.B. Patil. M.B. Patil is the district in charge of Vijaypura. He's the Commerce and Industries Minister. And when asked that, do you agree to what your colleague Zamir Khan is saying about, 15,000 acres being summarily acquired by the Waqf and, trying to completely do away with the rights of farmers. What did M.B. Patil say? He's the district minister in charge of Vijaypura. He had the same attitude which San Pitroda has. Hua to hua. He says, I can't do anything. Actually this land belonged to a Kabristan. So, the poor farmers have to prove that, this was not a Kabristan and that they actually owned the land. I just want to say one thing. People have been saying land is a central government subject, and that is a lie. Please understand, land, like law and order, is a state subject in India under the 7th schedule of the Constitution. So while the BJP government is bringing in the Waqf Amendment Bill for discussion in the winter session of Parliament, don't always point fingers at the central government. You have the guts, question the Karnataka state government for its
I'm going to make a point now. Yeah, I'm going to make a point now. Okay. Today, I have people like Abdul Razak.